Welcome to Ryerson University. We are hospitality students from the Ted Rogers School of Management. This is the Advanced Service Management class. The requirement for this course was to conduct a customer journey analysis for the first-time users traveling from Pearson Airport into the city, using the TTC services.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a foreigner who uses public transportation from Toronto's Pearson Airport to the city? You might feel unaware, unwelcomed, like a foreigner, overwhelmed, confused, lost, or unsafe.
This is why 150 students from this class participated in a service design project focused on the customer experience traveling from the arrivals gate to home. This project used the human-centered design principles from IDEO and their three-stage model from inspiration to ideation to implementation. To prepare for the project, all students attended a half-experience innovation workshop by Experience Point. At the workshop, we learned the principles of design thinking inspired by IDEO. We know that new opportunities are discovered from extreme customers. So when we visited the airport, students tried to have empathy and understanding for what an international traveler was going through as they navigate the airport to take mass transit home.
At first, they had to define why travelers selected one transportation mode rather than the other, by observing other students' results from Experience Fellow. Then, they have conducted a content analysis of each touchpoints with the services to determine the business's strengths and weaknesses. They have formed insights that helped them come with ideas to take on opportunities to enhance the service. Ideas were brainstormed to create possible solutions to overcome the difficulties that travelers may face.
This project required us to visit the airport and record our experience using a collaborative mobile application called Experience Fellow.
They recorded their experience returning home, using any mode of public transportation. Data was recorded on the application.
Experience Fellow is a service design tool that allows companies to efficiently collect customer experience data using customer mobile phones. Students were able to comment, add pictures, rate, and evaluate each touchpoint along their journey.
There were two very common transportation used by students to get home from the airport. TTC 192 Rocket Bus connecting to Kipling Station, or UP Express, connecting to Weston Station, Bloor Station, and Union Station.
Here are the most common observations regarding the students taking mass transit home. TTC is a less expensive service, but does not always operate according to schedule. According to Google Maps, TTC and UP Express have comparable travel times to get from the airport to Dundas Street Station and Ryerson University. UP Express requires an additional ticket purchase if the traveler's final destination is not within walking distance of the UP Express stations. Therefore, TTC services will be required to reach their final destination.
Surprisingly, most of the students had to rely on both UP Express and TTC services to travel from the airport to their final destination. Why did students decide to take this route? Why didn't they just travel with the TTC?
Specific touchpoints of the service were evaluated based on the experience before, during, and after the trip using the TTC 192 Rocket Bus service or UP Express train. The information collected was used to answer the following question: how might we improve the customer experience for first-time riders of the TTC from the Pearson Airport? The journey maps were created based on the data collected on the Experience Fellow mobile application. Student teams analyzed the data and created journey maps for both the TTC and UP Express to learn how the journeys were different. Starting with before the trip, teams further analyzed the individual touchpoints for students taking the TTC to gain a deeper understanding of their journey. After the student's journey, teams looked at different variables to understand the customer experience. We created a journey map of each of our service touchpoints from the airport to the TTC services. Here are the results comparing the first interactions with UP Express and TTC. We also observed the journey of students during their trip with the TTC service. Of the 4 touchpoint, 3 of the TTC touchpoint were rated well below the UP Express. The UP Express was a better experience for the students.
We compared customer experience ratings from students who traveled on the TTC with those that traveled on UP Express. TTC scores were lower than UP Express scores for both trip touchpoints. An analysis of the comments highlights that
TTC travelers found the locating of the stop inconvenient, but with accidents they were able to locate the transit stop. There was a lack of useful information that restricted users to plan their trip accurately.
The lowest rated experience was at the first contact with the drivers as well as the payment options on board. Many users commented that they did not feel comfortable riding the bus due to crowdedness and lack of available information. The bus driver was not courteous, nor was the vehicle well maintained. However, many users commented on the duration of the trip and found the trip very quick with no delays.
TTC Net Promoter Score is 8 times less than the UP Express at the airport, therefore users are 8 times less willing to recommend the TTC versus UP Express as a mode of transportation.
We know from reviewing many different research studies related to mass transit customer experiences, that first-time users have some needs that are important to them. The research informed us that most users want to feel secure and have easy access to information. We also understand that many of them could be visiting Canada for the first time, and that they could be unfamiliar with their surroundings. We are aware that they might not speak the language fluently or understand much English. This is why they may rely on visual support and technology for translation purposes. They do not want to be limited by unavailable assistance or inadequate payment choices. They want to avoid negative moments that might affect their overall experience.
150 students of HTH501 participated in a service design challenge concerning first-time travelers to ease navigation while enhancing the experience toward public transportation.
From arrival, most travelers seek for information on how to find the bus stop. They usually consult the information desk available within the airport. However, the information provided is not always accurate. The service was not efficient, and some students expressed frustration with the level of assistance given. The path from the information desk to the bus stop was unclear and confusing to most travelers. Users did not find the bus stop signage and location obvious. The current bus stop is not maintained, nor was it effectively sheltered from harsh weather conditions. Comparing to UP Express, the time of the next bus was not displayed or available, making the perceived waiting time for the bus feel longer. Payment options were limited to coins, or pre-purchased tickets only. Many students experienced frustration due to out-of-service ticket machines causing them a negative experience.
The recommendations from the different student teams are relevant to the different transportation stakeholders that work at the airport. We recognize that there are many different stakeholders at the airport, and that some of our ideas may not be feasible. We developed the recommendations based on using different service design tools, focused on understanding the customer journey.
We, students, have worked diligently to use data from customers' journeys to propose recommendations that will enhance the customer experience for first-time users and make it more simple. We hope that you will enjoy the presentations showcasing potential solutions to mitigate the issues discussed, and create a more enjoyable experience for all travelers arriving at Toronto Pearson International Airport, seeking for a reliable mode of transportation.
Thank you for being here today, and considering our service design improvements. Let's hear some ideas from the first team.